everyone, and welcome back. This is Charlie, and I especially welcome all the newcomers to my channel. First thing I want to say, please, if you like this video, give us a thumb up, a big old thumb up, okay? And subscribe and share. We really appreciate it if you do this, especially if you've not done it before, okay? I had done a video on the heart box, and I had said that I would show you when I finished it completely because I didn't want to make it any longer, okay? So this is what I done. Okay, the only thing that I did to the box, of course, first thing, it was put the rhinestones all the way around it and the little gold side. I think they look really pretty. I put the feet on and I paint them gold. And then in here, I had a kind of a chain that had a pearl and a rhinestone, a pearl and a rhinestone. So I went over my little lace that I put down to frame the picture or the image, and you know, just to give a little more bling to it. I think it turned out really, really pretty. Other than that, I got a few more bling here, you know, here, just a few more blings, you know, into the flowers. And then, and last and not least, of course, I made a bow and just happened to have this real pretty bling with a little piece attached to it. So I thought they kind of finished it off. Anyway, I just want to show it to you what I done, and I think it turned out really pretty. I'm really proud of it, and I hope you try it out, okay? Alrighty. Well, let's get to our little tutorial today. I can't even think. Tutorial. We're doing lingerie for our Barbies, or you know, any kind of type of that kind of a doll. Actually, you can do it for anyone you want to, you know, with this method. But anyway, I'm doing it for the Dollar Tree doll. She's my model right now, and I'm going to try to get me a good Barbie doll that moves around, but I haven't had a chance to go, you know, get it yet. We did the pattern yesterday, or last video, okay? And let me put it over here so we can see a little bit better. Here's the back and the front. And I mentioned about the flap, but I'm going to turn it under because it's going to be a seam all the way down, since we are not going to, let me put it this way so you kind of give you an idea more what we're doing. Anyway, so I did it, like I said, I did the this insert. I brought it in, but it's there for the next time I need to do something. I left everything else the same, okay? I'm going to cut 2 pieces of the front and 2 pieces of the back out of it, this pink tricot. It's beautiful, beautiful. And then I saw the, in other words, then what I did was sew a front and a back, a sides of the front and the back. In other words, one front and one back, okay? And what I did is just stitched it on the side, and then I laid it open, okay? Which is basically this. I want to show you how to put your lace in there. So this is these 2 sides together, okay, right here, because they're sewn together, but this is what they are, right here, okay, like that. All right. So I happen to have this really pretty, well, let me show you the lace itself. That makes more sense. Okay, so the only thing I did, I just got this little line in here of it, and I used 3 of them. Now, I didn't cut it between it. I did the first one, and then I decided, what did I do that? I still want to join. So I just cut the top of it off, and I cut it in here, and everything else I left together, which is what I did right here, okay? Then what I did this here. What I did, I basted it. I wanted mine more or less like that, okay, give or take. And then I basted it for the reason that if you don't, it's going to move around, and you don't want that, you know. So I don't know how are you going to do this. In other words, I'm very particular about how I do things, so everything has to be finished as I was, if I was making an adult size, anything, you know. So that's the way I do. Just because it's a doll, it doesn't mean it's going to be less, you know, done. In other words, my sewing is the same, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and put it in here and a little bit in here so that I can, excuse me, well, shoot, so that I can get it nice and basted. Just a little bit, just enough to get it in there, okay? Let me give you another thing, and then I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Now I'm going to stand up so y'all get really close to you and you know exactly what I'm doing. I like to do this while it's still everything open, see? Because it's hard to do it if everything is put together. So I did it on one side, as you can tell, okay? And then I'm quickly gonna do this one for you. And so I'll start, and I hope you can see it well. I think you can. I'll get as close as I can. Then I start right at this end in here. And the first thing I'm going to do here, excuse me, get it up there. I don't like knots as possible. So I leave a little bit of the thread out, and then I just go a couple of times and then attack it, okay? This is around here, the crotch, okay? Well, this is part of it, and this is the leg. So I'll show you here in a minute. We're gonna finish this a little bit. Then you're gonna do just a little overcast, very tight together, overcast, whoops. Okay. Don't you just love it? Okay. I'm going to do a very, very, very tight overcast stitch. This one, I'm going to get it out of my way. And I'm going to, okay, whoops. All right, let's continue. And I'm just going around the flower, or this applique. And I want it very, very close together because, you know, otherwise it's not going to stay, of course. And all the way around it. That's very important. It really doesn't take that long, you know, it's just, I like to do it this way. Now, if you, for instance, whoops, if you, for instance, don't, I can't even talk today. If you do not want to put an applique on the little boxers, pennies, whatever you want to call this, then, of course, I would go ahead and do the crotch area on both of them, you know, then the sides, and then around between the legs. That's what I would do, you know. But if you go into applique, which is what I'm doing, then you got to do it this way, okay? And we'll go pretty fast, hopefully. Okay. I hope you're doing good. I have enjoyed tremendously doing this. We will do the little top of the negligee next video, and we'll continue that way, kind of a series on different kind of lingerie, and then we'll go into something else, okay? As far as my, I call it my haute couture dolls, that would take too much, and I don't think I'll be doing any. I will show them what I've done, but I don't think I'm going to have any tutorials on that. And like I said, it takes a lot of hours for me to do, and I don't think you want a video that long. Plus, it takes me it all depends because it's got a lot of handwork. It takes sometimes a week, and I'm not working every day on it, but I'm working, for instance, in the evening. When I'm done with all my crafting and everything, I'll sit down and watch maybe news or whatever, and then I'm doing my handwork then. So that's for that reason, you know, it takes me a little longer. But they're very extravagant, absolutely. Well, that's what haute couture means. You can do anything you want, and the more extravagant, the better, okay? And there's some that are good and some that are outrageous, right? Well, that's what it is. Okay, now what? Oh, okay. Here we go. Alrighty. But yeah, I will be doing a lot of different clothes for the, and different things for the doll. And I mean, take your time with it. If you're going to do this, you might as well. It's it doesn't matter if you do it for somebody else or for yourself. I take pride of what I do. I really do, and you know, it's fun. It really is fun. But then I like to do a lot of handwork. Some people like to sew, but I want to do it like right now. It don't work that way when you do something like this. And I do enjoy sewing this by hand for the main reason that it's so much easier than trying to get in the sewing machine. And, like I said, I can do this anywhere that I don't have to be. I can be watching, TV, YouTube, whatever, and still be able to do this. And then I know that my finish is going to be better. So anyway, we get in there. I just want to do this because I want to show you. Once you get all of this sew all the way around, then we're going to cut off from the bottom what we don't need so you can have a pretty and see-through look, okay? And I hope you can see what I'm doing because it's hard for me to see the, hold it here. I got a little knot, which sometimes you do get, unfortunately. I'm using a very, very fine thread. It's embroidery thread actually, but that's what I like to use because I don't want a big, actually I don't want the thread to show. So especially when you're doing something like this. Let me know how you like this kind of video and if you're getting anything out of it because, and if you don't, I'll just don't do it. But, I'm hoping you do. And, it's just one of those things that either you're going to get it or you don't. But I do enjoy making it very, very much. And I will continue doing so for as long as I know. Now that I can discover that I can do my high fashion on a doll, man, this is awesome. I wasn't up to it to make. I have done a lot of it, and especially a lot of wedding dresses. I mean, name it, I've done it. And I really do not want to go into that anymore. But the small ones, oh, these are fun, and they don't talk back to you. I like that. I like that a lot. And they don't have to. I had a wedding that I did, and I'm not kidding you. Everything, when one little girl couldn't come, one of the bridesmaids, and I was doing the whole caboon. And so I sent the measurements. I was very specific what I wanted so that I can make her the little dress. And apparently whoever was taking the measurements won't do a very good job. Anyway, what happened was that the day of the wedding, they called me. The dress did not fit at all. Excuse me, it was the day before the wedding. I had to do that one dress in one day, which I knew I could do it. Uh-oh. Speaking of, look at what I did. Oh, I'm telling you. I just see you have to be careful with this. Don't you just love it? But that's okay. That's part of the job. There we go. Alrighty. I will tack it really good later, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. But once you get all this done, now this in here, let me take the all the basting off first. So yeah, things like that would happen to me, and to the point I just didn't want to do another nothing, you know. So these little dolls, I have them with me. I can fit them. I can do anything with it. So that is wonderful. Okay, now you're gonna try not to break the threads, okay? But what you're gonna do now is just go ahead and get in here, and as careful as you can. This is my little embroidery. I love this pair of scissors, and embroidery scissors, and it's to cut, you know, around and stuff like that. So that's wonderful. But if you don't have something like this, then, you know, just be very careful. You can still get in there and do it right. Okay, I'm gonna come back here because I think that's where this little thread slipped off, and I can go back and, you know, later on and secure it a little bit better. No problem. Okay. There we go. Now, see how pretty that looks? So when you have something done like this, see, because once you get it done, that's what's basically almost gonna look like, okay? Now I'm gonna do the right here between the legs, because that way you can see what I'm doing. No, actually, I cannot do that. I have to do the crotch first. So this is how I put it together. You can put it any way you want to, and I hope I can find my needle. I just had it here. Ah, there it is. Okay, let me get some more thread, because if I don't, we won't be able to finish. And maybe I can get more thread. What did happen here? Oh, here it is. Okay, alrighty. Now I need to show you this, how I do this, okay? It's so little. And like I said, I like a pretty finish. So basically what I'm doing is a French seam, Chinese way, I guess you could say. And, or a la Charlie, right? Because a French seam, usually you put wrong sides together, you make your stitch, very narrow stitch, then you fold it, then right sides together, and then you make your seam, which is exactly what we're gonna do. But instead of seam, because it's so tiny, we're gonna do an overcast or a whip stitch, okay? Either way, well, it's the same one, but I mean, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to tack it really good in here, and then I'm going to go ahead and come all the way down here and overcast it, okay? Sometimes I can do two together before I actually, bring the threads over, if you want to do it that way. But if you want to do a small stitches, you really need to do it, very careful. Oops. And of course, don't get your thread tangled. Alrighty. It's really better if you just do it like this. Like I said, it's very close together. Overcast stitch. Okay, we get that in there. Make sure you keep both of the pieces together. I feel if you're gonna go through the treble, do it right. Okay, this won't take long, and we still have a fairly short tutorial, hopefully, because I hate to bore you guys. But this is something you have to, basically you gotta see. I mean, how can you not? Whoops. And then I'll show you how to put the elastic on it too. There we go. All right. Once we got it in here, I'm just gonna tack it really good. And I'm not gonna cut the thread, okay? I'm gonna turn it to the right side. And since I finished here, I will start there. And even you see your whip stitch is not bad. But I'm gonna fold it. Very careful, make sure you fold it. Might have to wet your fingers, but hey. And then we're gonna do a back stitch. I did it again, didn't I? I did it again. Oh well, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. Let me just do the back stitch in here. But what I did was do the whip stitch on the right side, turn it over, and then did the back stitch in here, okay? But I'm not gonna take it off. Sorry. Oh, Lord mercy. And then now I'm gonna do a back stitch where you go back and forward, see? In other words, you're gonna start where you finish the stitch is where you're gonna start, and then you're going forward under it a little bit more. In other words, you're making a length of, let's see if you can get it. Okay, come up here. Then you're gonna come out, see this is where it is, the thread, and you come out a little bit more farther down. And then it's a back stitch. But I wanted to show you, I know what you know, if you sew, you know what to do, but I wanted to show you to be sure how to insert lace. Because some of you might know, some of you may not know, but my very first, you know how to do it, but my very first line of clothing that I took to market to begin with was lingerie. And it was beautiful. And so I learned to do lingerie a long time ago. And from there, of course, I did other things, but the lingerie was the very first thing I did. And it was a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, this tricot, this nylon tricot, is from way back there. I saved it. I saved that one, and I saved another little piece that I had. I didn't have much left, and somehow or other I saved them, and that's what I'm making this out of. I don't have a large piece, but it's big enough to make quite a few little things for the doll, you know, to kind of match together. When you get here, you know how it comes that way. You just follow it up. But remember the French seam, okay? Except instead of sewing the you know, the seam and then turn it and sew it again, I whip it or overcast it and then turn it and then do my seam, okay? But like I said, I didn't want to do it again, so we'll be here all day. I don't want to be here all day. Okay, and there it is, okay? But I'll try to do it down here, okay? So we got both of the crotch together, and now we're gonna do but instead of doing it on the right sides together, I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna do it the wrong sides together. How about that? Aren't you proud of me? Okay, let's get that done. Just join the seams up there, and here we go. Make sure I get that out here. Okay. Now we're gonna do this. Make sure those, you know, the seams matches, matchy. And maybe do it a couple of times in there. And then just finish it off the side. Oops. That's the only thing bad about this thread. It does, it tangles. Or it gets caught on stuff or whatever. Come on, baby. There you go. Oh, it gets, I'm threading. Okay. I try to do it away from all that stuff and it seems to work better, okay? All right. I hope you do lots of these little things. We'll be doing also with the same pattern down the line. We will be doing a panties, your regular panties, bikinis or whatever. So, all right. So see, I did this in here now. Now I'm gonna go to the, put right sides inside. Let's see where my needle is. Oh, in this end. Okay, I'm gonna bring my needle into this end. Now we're gonna get it done right, see? And we're just gonna sew our seam together, see? Back stitch. Like I said, if you all want to do this on the sewing machine, you're welcome to it. For me, it's easier doing it this way. But if you use some kind of trick or nylon, I suggest, unless you already know that, to use a very fine needle. I would say a 9 or a 10, and no more than 11. It is, you require for this very fine needle. Otherwise, it's not going to work for you. Okay, there we go. See how much prettier that looks? And it doesn't take that much longer really to do it. All right, and here we go. If you don't want me to do as much sewing or details that I do, please also let me know, okay? Because I don't mind just telling you what to do and then you go for it, okay? Alrighty, here we go. And here we go. All right. Let's turn them around, see how they look. There's a thread in here that I need to get rid of. I think these turn out really, really cute. Look at this. Okay, there we go. I think they're so cute. And they're all different. They're all very, very different. Now, before I show you the other ones that I made, now this may be a little bit longer, but that's okay. We're talking PJs here. So it's okay to be a little longer, you know. We'll try it on her in a minute, but I want to show you how to do the, how I put the little rubber band. And let me get you the rubber band. These are the ones that I buy at, can you see it? Barely, huh? A Dollar Tree in a package. You know, it comes, seems like thousands, but anyway, it's a lot of little rubber bands. And when I discovered them, I thought, now what can I do this? Put that on the, you know, on the waist of the undergarment. Perfect. I have done 5 different underwear. And I mean, they're little, but nice thing about it, it stretches out just like I wanted it. So let me turn it back again, the wrong side. There we go. And let me try to make sure this, I know it fits her, but I'm going to go ahead and be sure she's going through it just fine. This is the wrong side, but it doesn't matter. I just need to make sure that this is going to go in there. And yep, see? Alrighty, very good. So now they're on here. Let me see, where's my little thing? I just hit it here. See those little, they're so tiny. You probably see it more than I do, but it's okay. I got another one. No problem. We're not going to sweat over it. There we go. 500 of them. Woohoo! So, it's going to go, this makes a lot of underwear. Okay, so what I do is, first thing, I'm going to stick it on there. Just like so. All right? And basically have to be patient with it, but it works. I put my fingers inside and I just really, now I'm not going to, I want a very small, you know, excuse me, hem back here on the top. So, like I said, the nice thing about this particular fabric is that it's not going to ravel, and also it's going to hold things in there pretty good. I started here, and see it's still there, the little rubber band, and very, very carefully, I'll just bring it, you know, forward, and I'll just kind of do a hem stitch, a very close stitch, hem stitch, okay? So there you go. That's it. And then as I go along, I just go ahead and make sure that little rubber band is under there, and just pull it a little bit slightly. Like I say, you have to use probably all your fingers, but that's okay. And make sure that it's way up there, which it is. And that seems to all it needs, really, as far as you know, sewing on it. It stays very nicely, and I don't have, you know, you don't want to have a problem with it, in other words. And the only problem is get your fingers in there just right, you know, and make sure with your needle, you know, go ahead and bring your fabric over it and make sure it's straight, okay? Okay. And there we go. I hope that helped. Like I said, it's just a little bitty thing, but it, you know, it seems to, instead of going over and trying to get a, you know, I seen it done where they just put it on there in some kind of elastic that is very, very thin, almost like thread, but it's, you know, thicker than thread, and put it over there, you know, run it on the casing, and then just put a snap. Well, you don't have to do that, because mine stays really well, and you can put it through just like a pair of pennies. In this particular fabric too, kind of rolls in, so it's kind of nice in a way because at the end you got a nice finish. So it kind of goes everything to your favor. I like that. Okay, just like a little bit, and we'll get it that done. Okay. Yeah, one more. And we'll get it done. Okay, baby, get in there. All right, make sure that it's right inside of it. And it looks like it is. And you can take your time. I usually do a better job than this because I get in there and really take my time on it and, really take my time on it. But just, I wanted to give you the idea of how I do it. And now if you're ready to just put a regular little elastic or whatever, that's fine with me. Just whatever makes it good for you and it makes you happy, okay? But for me, it works that way. Okay, about down in here, and let's just get that in there. Okay, there we go. Because I want to. There we got it. And here we are. All right, look at this. Oh! Every time I do one, I get excited about it. Hey, I'm a kid at heart, right? There you go. And here we are. Now, I'm going to try it on her again now that we do the elastic, okay? Because it's important that I don't have any doubts that it's going to fit her. And this is from this pattern. I didn't give it a lot of I didn't give it a lot of width, or volume or whatever to the pen. But see how nice it just slides over and how nice they look. I think they're kind of cute. Oh boy. This is where I need to stitch it. Remember that I have to do that? Well, I'll do that later. But yeah. Okay. So here we are. We got another pair of bottoms on together. Now, let me show you what I've done. If you don't want to do an applique, there we go. If you do not want to do an applique, maybe you want to go this direction. And I will show you here in a minute how to cut that. Now, you can always finish with a little bow and a little bead, and I will do those. But this is the other one, okay? And then this one here, that's the first one that I made. I just did it on one side, a little bit of it, and that was it. So see, you can just do it any way you want to. Again, I sew the side as I'm supposed to. Then I based this on top of the fabric, whipped it really, really good close together, and then I went under it and cut off what I didn't want to. And it's, they kind of see through, and it's kind of pretty. So here is 3 different kind of, let's see. Love this one, and this one too. I love them all, really. I haven't one that I don't like best. And here we are. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to cut that one, because this one is very easy. This one you don't have to do much of nothing because it's already done on the lace. So this is the lace. which is just happened to be this lace, okay? So the only thing you would have to do is this. Fold what you need, make it even, okay? Then put your, can you see it? Okay. The bottom will go on the bottom of the lace, like so, okay? Then you go ahead and cut the rest of it as you would anything. Let me go ahead and pin it. I don't mind doing another set because like I said, I just love it. And this one are easy for the main reason that these are very easy for the main reason that you don't have to go, you're not going to have an applique. So it's just seams, crotch, that's it. I mean, you know, just like you would cut anything. Okay, I'm going to do this right here. And then, of course, I will go here and then in here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit more between the legs. So I'm just going to come up here and cut it. And then I'm just going to come back here and cut it. That'll make them a little wider on the legs too. So that's why I wanted to do it. Okay? And here you go. You would do the same thing to the back. Again, put your little pieces that matches together. I like to do it that because that way I know that it's, you know, it's going to be okay. Especially this side and the other side, okay? And just bring it on here about, I'm going to bring it right here. Let's see. Right there. So when I come back and cut it, you know, I'll come back and cut it and I come more straight. Okay? So let me show you. And like that. Okay? And then this one, no, this one I'm going to cut it just as it should be. If you want more fullness in here, then you can come straight if you wanted to, and then this way omit that little, you know, piece in there. You would just come straight and out. Now this one I would do it that way, so when you fold it, it fits in beautiful. Okay, right there. But you won't need this one. I just come straight out and out that way. You can do it that way too. So it's up to you what you want to do with it. Okay. So. And then what you would do the crotch first on both of them, then put them together, do the sides, and then between the legs. That's it. And then of course do the elastic on the top. Those are done in no time at all. And again, I did do the, let me show you here. What I like about the elastic is about the size of her waist, so it's perfect. Okay. See how pretty the seam allowance are. And that's what you want to do. You want to do something that, you know, it's going to look nice, especially something like this that is so see-through, you know. Go ahead and take your time with it and, you know, do a good job. Why not? It takes the same time to do a good job than do, you know, just put it on there. So, but this I love the fabric. I like the lace, actually. That turned out really cute. So anyway, so the next video we're gonna be doing the top, you know, of the baby doll, and so until next time, I'm glad to do this for you today. Stay well, stay crafty, and God bless you.